Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Our top story today at noon. Suncoast school districts work to make our schools safer. The Manatee County School District plans to work with a security company to make Manatee County school buildings a hard target and place more resource officers in schools starting Monday. And Sarasota County is looking into a security plan that will also ensure student safety. ABC 7's Marla Spence joins us live from the Sarasota County School Board with an update today. Marla?
Yes, Scott, counties on the Suncoast are continuing to take recent threats serious, and they're moving forward with plans to ensure student safety, especially after the tragic, deadly shooting in Parkland. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is proposing a security plan to Sarasota County schools. That plan will determine if retired law enforcement officers or school security officers will be allowed to be in all public schools across the district. In the proposed plan, retired law enforcement officers would have to complete orientation hours with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, and security officers would not have to undergo that training, but would have to be employed by a hiring company, then contracted out to local schools. We spoke to the Assistant Superintendent and Chief Operating Officer of Sarasota County Schools, and he tells us the proposed plan will be discussed at an executive session next Tuesday.
I believe one of the things we'll talk about, probably 3 or 4 topics, but one of them will be what is our armed presence in our schools and how do we get from where we are to where we want to be. Anything that is focused on improving the quality of safety and security of our schools, we're in favor of and needs to be explored regardless of who it comes from or what the nature of the plan is.
In addition to looking at that proposed plan, Sarasota County School District will be also looking at ways to make Sarasota County school buildings a lot more safer for students. Live in Sarasota County, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thanks for the update. Happening today in Manatee County, students at the Manatee School of the Arts are planning to participate in an organized walkout. This is part of a student-led effort to urge Congress and lawmakers to prevent another school shooting. It will take place right outside of the school in Palmetto this afternoon around 2:30. According to one student, around 300 people are expected to participate. Governor Rick Scott talking school security this morning in Tampa at the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. The governor appearing with several local police and school officials. He's proposing $500 million in security and mental health measures and wants the state legislature to pass his plan before the end of the session next week.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We need more law enforcement presence at our public schools. We're going to make investments in school safety, metal detectors, bulletproof glass, steel doors, upgraded locks. We're going to have anonymous See Something, Say Something statewide dedicated hotline, website, and mobile app.
Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi also spoke out in support of the governor's plan, saying if parents see something concerning on their kids' social media accounts, they're encouraged to contact law enforcement immediately. A bittersweet return to Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School today as students and faculty were there for the first day of classes since losing 17 members of their community 2 weeks ago. ABC's Maggie Rulli is in Parkland with the latest.
All right, let's get it.
With a heavy heart and new fears,
Okay, sweetheart.
parents send their kids off to school this morning in Parkland. The students' once mundane journey now raw with emotion.
Finding a new norm, because we can't go back to normal.
Their return to Stoneman Douglas High is greeted by an outpouring of support from the local community.
A big message is they're not alone. We're all here standing with them.
Hours before their return, students from nearby schools and nearly every off-duty police officer in the region gathered, adding to the growing memorial and surrounding the school and the students with their love.
Thank you all for being here. We appreciate your support.
Many of the students returning to school today have been working tirelessly since the shooting. Their voices already pressuring companies to change. Dick's Sporting Goods announced this morning that it will no longer sell assault rifles and will no longer sell firearms to anyone under 21 years of age.
This isn't going to make everyone happy. Our view was if the kids can be brave enough to organize like this, we can be brave enough to take these out of here.
And Governor Rick Scott's vowing to tighten school security.
We have to get something done. There's no alternatives.
His plans include an increased police presence at all public schools, along with metal detectors, bulletproof glass, steel doors, and upgraded locks. The students who choose to come back to school will be here through the end of the week on a modified schedule, but the principal's reminding everyone that the top priorities are emotional readiness and comfort, not curriculum, even telling the students there's no need to bring a backpack. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Parkland, Florida.
Officers who responded to the Parkland school shooting being honored for their bravery. Broward County Commissioners designated February 27th as Officer Michael Leonard Appreciation Day and Coconut Creek Police Department Appreciation Day. Officer Leonard helped capture the gunman who was accused of opening fire inside the high school. Leonard says he's grateful to have done his part.
When you come against evil like that and you have children at home that are about that age, it's very close to my heart, and it was difficult, but I'm so honored that I was able to be a part and do my part.
Coconut Creek Police Chief Butch Arenal says they are very proud of how Officer Leonard handled the situation. New at noon, Dick's Sporting Goods announced that effective immediately it will end sales of all assault-style rifles in all of its stores. The company also announced it would stop selling high-capacity magazines and would no longer sell guns to anyone under the age of 21, regardless of state policy. Dick's Sporting Goods actually stopped selling assault rifles after the Sandy Hook mass shooting, but is now removing those guns from its Field and Stream stores. The company's CEO is also calling for lawmakers to pass meaningful gun control measures, including a ban of those assault weapons. Here on the Suncoast, about 9% of Sarasota is made up of millennials, but many young adults are looking to move away from the area, which could hurt the city in the future. Half of the young adults surveyed by Sarasota's Young Professionals Group say they want to leave the area because of the high cost of housing. They're also making less compared to the rest of the country. And that's backed up by the U.S. News and World Report, which found housing costs are 9% higher in Sarasota compared to the national average, but workers are making 8% less compared to the rest of the country.
Housing has really been a difficult issue for our wages to keep up with the price appreciation.
The cost of housing keeps going up and up and up. And that's a real challenge when we look at retention because young professionals are moving around a lot more.
Coming up tonight at 6, how businesses can help keep young adults from leaving the Suncoast. 3 astronauts are back on Earth after a 5.5-month mission on the International Space Station. The team was part of Expedition 54, which started a long-term boost in crew size. The increase in the number of astronauts will enable NASA to do even more research at the station. 3 new crew members are scheduled to arrive at the station on March 23rd. The 3 crew members who are currently at the station will hold down the fort until then. A little more space, stretch out.
Can you imagine a half a year in space? That's pretty impressive.
And then the effect on their bodies, I'm sure, the first few days back on Earth.
I would think so.
Low gravity.
So. I guess they have a lot of ways up there too to sort of mitigate that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would imagine it's quite an adjustment. So we had some pretty nice weather to start off the morning, and I thought it was nice. A little lower humidity, felt pretty good, kind of crisp feel to the air. A lot of blue sky to start off the day as well. We didn't have a whole lot of low-hanging cloud, and we certainly didn't have anything in the way of any kind of fog around today. The forecast continues to call for pretty nice weather. It seems to be hung up here. Let's see, I'll just walk over here and do this. There we go. Seems to be some pretty nice weather for the remainder of the afternoon. I think a few fair weather clouds, but none of those clouds are really going to produce any rain showers, as you know, radar will testify to. We're not seeing any showers popping up anywhere across the state, actually. And if we see any at all today, I mean, they will be so brief, and they'll be well inland. I don't think anything near the coast. A lot of sunshine helping to boost our temperatures, and boy, you know, even though we're not going to get any rain, we sure could use some. The amount of drought is beginning to increase across the deep south, and certainly back to the west. There's some very large amounts of drought. And even in the state of Florida, we got several spots getting closer to us of abnormally dry weather, so a little bit of rainfall would be nice. We get one more chance this week to see a little bit of rain shower activity. 83 degrees by 3 p.m. And then as we head into the evening hours, temperatures falling into the 70s. Should be a beautiful sunset. We'll talk all about that coming up in a few. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. Spring training is well underway here on the Suncoast, and today it's ABC 7 day at the Orioles home game against the St. Louis Cardinals. And while John and I are stuck here in the studio, ABC 7's Stephanie Webb and Ray Collins join us now live from Ed Smith Stadium, where the first pitch is less than an hour away. I'm very jealous of you both today.
I learned a lesson today about not being in the outfield during batting practice. The Cardinals are at bat right now, and a few balls have come awfully close to it.
Yeah, if you wonder why Ray keeps turning around, is because we've had foul balls right in our area, so we're just going to keep a heads up for that. So if you hear something say duck and we run away, that's what is happening.
The Cardinals making their only appearance to the Gulf Coast of Florida here on ABC 7 Day at Ed Smith Stadium. They are based in Palm Beach County. They rarely come to the West Coast, but they played in Fort Myers the past 2 days and today in Sarasota at this beautiful Ed Smith Stadium.
And it is beautiful out here. In fact, it was just named the #1 spring training stadium in the entire country. 36,000 online reviews, and this was picked as the #1 stadium. It's beautiful here. If you're from Maryland, you can get a little bit of like a little taste of home with the crab cakes and the Maryland crab soup. So it's a little taste of home right here, right?
Yeah, #1 in the Grapefruit League, and this was the stadium that nobody wanted.
Right, nobody wanted this stadium. What's the history of that?
Well, the history was the White Sox played here and left. The Orioles earlier played here and left, and also the Reds left here as well. But back in 2009, the voters said, let's spend $31 million and keep spring training here. The Orioles came from Fort Lauderdale, and it's been great ever since.
It is, and it is a beautiful day out here. John Scalzi's forecast is perfect for today. A great day to come out and enjoy the spring training game.
So we'll see you again about 12:35 with our next update from Ed Smith Stadium. For now, with Stephanie Webb, I'm Ray Collins. Scott, back to you in the studio.
All right, be careful out there. Thank you both. Still to come in your Suncoast News, the new dangers discovered behind having too much caffeine in your diet, and how a surfer reacted after wiping out right on top of a shark off Florida's East Coast.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Thousands of award-winning Honda Civics are on sale for $169 a month during the Honda President's Day sales event. You made Civic the best-selling compact car in America. Drive one today for just $169 a month, or save thousands on your Civic with 0.9% financing. Civic, a KBB.com Best Buy for less than the competition. Only $169 a month or 0.9% this week at your local Honda dealer.
Honda, I like it. Oh yeah, I like it.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Tickets are going fast for My Hometown Fest, Saturday, March 3rd from noon to 5 at Nathan Benderson Park. Enjoy foods from 40 area restaurants, 40-plus craft beers, live music, and lots of fun. Get your tickets today at myhometownfest.org.
Florida Studio Theater presents Native Gardens. Stately gardens and cultures clash, turning friendly neighbors into feuding adversaries. When a disagreement over a long-standing fence spirals into an all-out comedic battle of taste, privilege, and entitlement, no one comes out smelling like a rose. Critics are calling Native Gardens timeless as well as timely, smart and first-rate. Audience are calling it one of the best. Native Gardens is now playing. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting FloridaStudioTheater.org.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert weather app now. Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So taking a look at one of the viewer photos sent in to us, absolutely gorgeous shot of the celery fields, which if you have never been, you really need to. It's a really spectacular place to see a lot of Florida wildlife that you probably don't see in your backyards, or some of them you will, but some of them you won't. And you'll have some expert advice there from some of the folks from the Audubon Society who will help you learn a little bit more. Beautiful shot, cumulus clouds. Cindy sent this one in, a frequent contributor. Thank you, Cindy. We also have some other nice shots that have been sent in, and my clicker is not working, so I have to just go off camera here. You'll excuse me. I'll have to operate this computer manually here. So we're looking at another shot here from Longboat Key. Last night's sunset, absolutely beautiful. And this morning, this was a morning sky that was sent in to us from Michelle. Beautiful shot there with, you can see Venus down below the moon there. Actually, that's probably Saturn. But if you get up early enough in the morning, just before sunrise, you'll be able to see Mars and Saturn and Jupiter. All kind of lined up in a nice row. Local temperatures currently closing in on that 80-degree mark, just about exactly where we were yesterday. Yesterday we hit 85, came close to a record. The record was 89, so we were pretty close. Sorry, it was 86, so we were pretty close to it at 85. I don't really think that we'll break a record today, but we'll certainly get warm, probably up around 83 degrees, well above average once again. Temperatures most everywhere closing in on that 80 mark before the end of this show. About half of those numbers will probably be at 80 or above. 80 degrees with a dew point value of 65. That feels pretty comfortable. That's not too bad. I think, though, over the course of the next few days, we're going to watch that dew point value plummet into the 50s, probably low 50s, maybe even some 40s by the time we get to the weekend. So a big change in the feel of the air coming our way. West-southwest wind now at about 7. That west-southwest wind will kind of tend to stabilize our temperature a little bit. We'll go with about 83 at a 3 p.m. temperature. 73 by 7 p.m. should be a nice sunset. Absolutely beautiful. No rain, no issues. Temperatures in the 60s during the overnight. So water vapor imagery shows all this dry air in place, indicated here by these tan colors that have kind of moved on in behind the front. Lots of rainfall in parts of the country that need it. Parts of the area just north to Atlanta are in a serious drought condition, so it's good that they're getting some rainfall today. That will help alleviate things a little bit there. We have no rain showers in our forecast, false echo there. We will probably see this front, or actually kind of a dual front that are approaching us, move through here probably early in the morning on Friday. And as it does that, our winds will shift around and some drier air will move in. But before then, our winds are going to be shifting out of the south, and that's going to bring up a little bit more moisture, and the mugginess is going to kind of return. Southwest wind coming in at about 5 knots today, turning to the south overnight as that high sinks south and our wind shift north, shift south. We'll see tomorrow a daytime high of about 82 and still mildly warm on Friday, 78 degrees, well above average still. 20% chance of a pre-dawn shower. And then the cold air, or cooler air I should say, moves in, and that drops our temperatures to seasonable levels in the lower 70s. And don't forget, Oscars on Sunday. Back to you, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. In HealthSmart, more and more people are using e-cigarettes to kick their smoking habit, but a new study shows that vaping may not be working. Mary Maloney has the details.
For 15 years, e-cigarettes have been billed as a safer alternative to traditional cigarettes. But a study found e-cigs can make it harder to quit smoking. And in most cases, people end up vaping and smoking. The study also found daily e-cig use can double the risk of heart attack. If you are a dual user, that is vaping and smoking cigarettes every day, the combined risk for heart attack goes up 5 times. E-cigs have lower levels of carcinogens than cigarettes, but researchers say the electronic versions have other toxins that can have detrimental effects, like increased cardiovascular and lung disease risks. If you are a smoker, here's something you could do right now. Stop. Scientists say stopping smoking immediately drops your risk for heart attack. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mary Maloney.
Many beverages contain caffeine, and while it's safe to drink, too much could be harmful or sometimes even fatal. 1 cup of coffee has about 100 to 200 milligrams of caffeine, and research suggests that daily doses of up to 400 milligrams per day appear to be harmless. But if you drink 3 or 4 cups of coffee within a very short period of time, you could potentially put yourself at risk. Mild adverse effects of caffeine include palpitations, tremor, agitation, and heartburn. More serious effects have also led to death, so doctors urge you to remember to always consume caffeine in moderation. Let's head over to the kitchen now and say hello to ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher, who has a guest with her today, Chef Jeff Chandler from Seasons 52. Judy?
Well, hi there, Scott. As you can see, there's so much beautiful food in front of us. We're talking about a great salmon dish today, but we're also talking about my Hometown Fest, which is a big event happening at Benderson, and I'm very excited to be part of it on Saturday. So we will be talking about that as well. But right now, Chef, I want to ask, what's the name of your dish that you're going to teach us?
So today we're going to prepare our cedar plank roasted salmon with our roasted seasonal vegetables.
Oh, it sounds wonderful. And you must be looking forward to this weekend, especially after hearing the weather, what it's going to be like. And this is all to support the Serotonin Foundation. So what a great weekend to get out, try some delicious food from local restaurants, meet the chefs, music, entertainment, so much going on. But we'll come back to get started cooking in just a few minutes.
I just had a very educational ride with Nina.
Did you learn anything?
Where do I begin? So all this stuff goes into a safety check.
Yep.
It's a long list.
It's important stuff.
Test the smoke detector.
Yep.
Check the breaker box.
Yep.
Meter the GFCIs.
Ground fault circuit interrupters.
Well, I do that.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Nina, you make it look easy.
Thanks, but don't do it yourself.
Who's your guy?
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on a pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 pick it up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye. And over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation.
1-800-813-0109.
Come experience the rugged capability and luxurious comfort of a new Ram truck and get big savings during Ram Truck Month at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Ram trucks. Get the all-new redesigned 2018 Ram Quad Cab for as little as $25,999. Or save big and get $13,300 off a new Ram Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today. Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Of attention for saving his basketball team with a last-second shot. Take a look. Liam Calkins nailed the full court heave for St. Thomas More Catholic School during a recent game. Calkins snagged the rebound before throwing that last-ditch attempt up. His team was trailing by a point and obviously won it with that shot. Naturally, his teammates jumped on top of him after the winning shot went in. Incredible. Lost video of a surfer wiping out on top of a shark is now going viral. Take a look. This happened at Fort Pierce Inlet. That's near Vero Beach. A beach corps captured the scene with the help of a drone. Fortunately for the surfer, the shark didn't appear to mind that he was cushioning the fall of the surfer, swimming off and then ignoring other surfers in the area. Florida Fish and Wildlife say that the shark is likely part of a seasonal migration that's happening right now along the state's east coast. They say beachgoers are safe while the sharks continue their move, but you might see more of them closer to shore over the next few months. And it's just another day at work for world famous and fearless high wire walk performer Nik Wallenda. The Sarasota performer spent part of the morning walking across a high wire 75 feet in the air between 2 buildings at the National Harbor in Maryland. Wallenda's latest act is the kickoff to the Big Apple Circus, which opens March 8th there at the National Harbor. Back to the kitchen now to check in again with Judy Gallagher and her guest today, Chef Jeff Chandler from Seasons 52.
Okay, Jeff, I know you always have something that's healthy and flavorful, so let's get started.
All right, so first we'll go over the ingredients that we're going to be using today. For the vegetables, these are our golden beets. We've already pre-roasted these ahead of the time. They take about 3 hours. So you just kind of put them in a little water, cover them, put them in the oven, and get going. We have some spring asparagus that we went ahead and blanched ahead of time, a little salty water. And then we have some of our heritage carrots. We brought some of the orange and yellow ones today. They come in all different colors.
And you can get a lot of these down at the farmers market like Warden Farms on Saturdays, which is great.
A lot of nice choices down there. So to get it started, we're going to start with a little olive oil in a hot pan.
And I love how you have the spray bottles. That's a great thing for people at home. I use mason jars, I use spray bottles, and the little squeeze bottles for sauces and oils really helps you control the amount.
It really does limit your calories and how much oil instead of trying to drizzle it over top. If you just kind of work with a spray bottle, you can mist it and get more of the flavor spread out throughout without having that extra calorie intake.
And that's what Seasons 52 is really about, right? Is cooking seasonally, but a healthy component.
And living well.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm living well while you have all this food.
We're going to live really well today with everything we brought. So while this is getting going, we're going to go ahead and we use little cast iron dishes to serve ours in. We have some roasted potatoes here, roasted carrots, asparagus, and our roasted beets. We're going to pop these in the oven, and we're going to get this started, get a little crust on it, then we'll put it on the cedar plank, and we'll pop it in the oven.
Great. About how long are you going to cook the vegetables in the oven?
They're going to take probably about 8 minutes to get hot all the way through in the pan. The salmon will take about 8 to 10 minutes as well.
Okay, and any special, other than salt and pepper, any special sauce that you're going to grill it with in the oven?
That's a great question. So what we do with our salmon is we put it in a mustard marinade, and then a little of our citrus Midas blend spice, which is lemon, orange, salt, pepper, a little garlic, and then we let it marinate in the bowl, and then we put them on top, and then finish it off with some salt and pepper.
That's a great marinade for so many things, including you could do a duck breast on the grill using a mustard base, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, good.
Absolutely.
Good. Now, I always tell people medium rare means that right in the center, about 1/4 of the size, it basically is raw, and that's the perfect medium rare. Any suggestions on that?
We try to cook all of our salmon to a medium at the restaurant, but we'll cook it any way the guest wants. For me personally, I prefer my medium rare.
Yeah, so listen to the chefs. We'll come back in a few minutes and finish up a light, bright spring dish.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
Join ABC7 at the all-new 2018 edition of Circus Sarasota. Ovation under the big top at Nathan Benderson Park behind the mall at UTC. Friday, February 9th through Sunday, March 4th. All opening weekend tickets are 20% off, courtesy of ABC7. To purchase your discount tickets, visit circusarts.org. The Circus Sarasota box office at the big top, or call 941-355-9805. Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business. Here's today's job of the day. ABC7 is seeking an assistant news director to guide daily operations. Minimum 3 years newsroom management experience required. Visit mysuncoast.com/job of the day to apply.
Coming up, how the White House plans to crack down on security after recently coming under threat. Plus, Billy Graham now lying in honor at the U.S. Capitol, how political leaders are remembering the late evangelist. And it's ABC7 Day at Smith Stadium. We'll go back out live to the ballpark, preview today's game and festivities.
You're watching ABC7 News at 12:30.
Welcome back. Our top story today, more on the White House security crackdown. This half hour, the presidential son-in-law and senior advisor to the president, Jared Kushner, has lost his top security clearance. It comes during a security clearance crackdown at the White House as Chief of Staff John Kelly strips top secret clearances from staffers who hold on an interim clearance. Stephanie Ramos has more.
Jared Kushner's role in the White House may be in jeopardy.
I am senior advisor to President Donald J. Trump.
But for how long? His top secret security clearance has been downgraded to secret, meaning he's cut off to any highly classified information, which may make the job he's been tasked to do, solving peace in the Middle East and other parts of the world, a bit challenging.
He's a valued member of the team, and he will continue to do the important work that he's been doing.
Both White House Chief of Staff John Kelly and Kushner's lawyer have said the same. The new security clearance policy won't affect Kushner's job. Here's what may. The Washington Post reports that officials from multiple foreign countries have talked about ways to manipulate Kushner by taking advantage of his complex business arrangements, financial difficulties, and lack of foreign policy experience. Kushner has been working under a temporary security clearance since the inauguration, the FBI reviewing his application for nearly 15 months. Kushner even having to update it several times to add the contact he had with foreign officials before joining the administration, which he initially omitted. ABC News has learned some of Kushner's contacts with foreign officials were never disclosed to the National Security Council or officially reported at all, which may be of interest to special counsel Robert Mueller, who's investigating how the Russians meddled in the last U.S. presidential election.
They're going to be looking into any of his efforts to raise money for his business from foreign sources.
The president does have the authority to give Kushner a permanent clearance, but he left that decision up to his chief of staff, John Kelly. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Washington.
New at noon, President Trump's former campaign chairman is pleading not guilty to new charges in the Russia investigation. Paul Manafort was in Washington today, facing charges he acted as an unregistered foreign agent and directed an international money laundering scheme. Now, this was Manafort's first court appearance since his co-defendant, Rick Gates, pleaded guilty to similar charges last week. Manafort's trial date has been set now for September 17th. And former FBI Director James Comey says this time there will be a tape. Comey tweeting this week that his audiobook is almost finished. Comey referring to last year, shortly before the president fired Comey, when President Trump tweeted that there better not be any tapes of their conversations that get leaked to the press. Comey's book is called A Higher Loyalty, Truth, Lies, and Leadership, and is set to be released on May 1st. And happening right now, Billy Graham is lying in honor at the U.S. Capitol. Graham, a spiritual confidant to many American presidents, died at the age of 99 last week. Lying in honor is a rare distinction and an official embrace of the religious leader from the halls of government. The practice is similar to government or military officials lying in state, but is used for private citizens. Graham will be only the fourth person to lie in honor. He follows civil rights icon Rosa Parks in 2005 and two slain Capitol police officers back in 1998. Here in the Suncoast, just 2 weeks after voters elected Margaret Good to finish the balance of Alex Miller's State House seat for the rest of the year, she now has opposition for the November election. Among those looking to unseat Good, some familiar names. Former Republican State Representative Ray Pilon says he wants to get back into politics. And Libertarian candidate Allison Foxall, who received just 3% of the vote in the recent special election, will run again as well. Riverview High School getting a new principal, and she's no stranger to the school or the school district. Erin Del Castillo, named as the school's new principal starting this summer. Right now, she's the principal at Venice Elementary and was the assistant principal at Riverview before that. She replaces Paul Burns, who left Riverview at the end of last year to take a position with the State Department of Education. Kathy Wilkes will continue to serve as acting principal until Del Castillo begins in July. And Riverview High students learning how to save lives this week. Sarasota County Emergency Services partnered with the high school seniors to teach them how to perform CPR. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office hoping the students can take these skills with them into college and beyond. And John, it's a little different from how we were probably first taught, where you do the compressions and then the air. Now they just teach the compressions.
Yeah, they say you don't need the breaths before the paramedics come. Yeah, we were taught to do it to staying alive. Remember?
Yeah.
We are looking at some fine weather out there right now. I'm going to sign up for one of those courses, by the way, because I downloaded that app. You know that app that tells you when somebody's having a cardiac arrest nearby. So yeah, now it's time to get the training, and we're all good to go. Maybe we can get them in here to do the training for the whole building.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it would be. We're looking at some pretty quiet conditions across. I love this shot. You know, this is about 7:30 in the morning, 7:27. And at this point, the sun is low enough on the horizon that it illuminates the support beams, support pillars of the bridge, and the bridge remains dark. I think that's just beautiful. Anyway, the sun rose, and it was a beautiful morning with little in the way of any kind of cloud cover around. And then as we head into the afternoon, a few fair weather clouds, but that's really about all. Certainly none of them producing any rainfall around our area. I think it should be a beautiful sunset tonight. Plenty of sunshine helping to boost our temperatures. Our temperature right now just about exactly where it was yesterday, and boy, is that helping to bring out the pollen. I'll tell you what, everything I've got at home is now fully in bloom. In February, I mean, go figure, right? Last day of February is incredible. But daytime highs today will probably top out at around the 80-degree mark or so, and little in the way of any kind of rains for today or tomorrow, but then perhaps a sprinkle down the road. We'll talk about that coming up in a few. Scott?
All right, John, thank you so much. And spring training well underway here on the Suncoast. And today it's ABC 7 day at the Orioles home game against the St. Louis Cardinals. ABC 7 Stephanie Webb and Ray Collins forced to go out to the ballpark today to take in a game. Hi, guys.
Yeah, it is a rough job. We're calling this work today, right? This is not a bad gig to have out here today.
We won't push for time and a half, though, on this one. Lots of Cardinals fans are here from the Suncoast because St. Louis makes very few appearances here. In fact, just one this spring. They're based in Palm Beach County, but they are here today for a game at Ezzett Stadium.
And this stadium is absolutely beautiful. This is my first time that I've ever been here, and it is so impressive. Just named #1 spring training facility in the country by USA Today. I have like 36,000 online reviews. It's gorgeous here.
And that really is saying something because every city is trying to outdo each other now. Of course, down in Port Charlotte, the Rays are there. There was a huge rehab there when the Rays went down to Port Charlotte. Of course, McKechnie, now Lecom Park, had a big renovation there a few years ago. So every stadium has a lot going. To be named #1 is something else.
It is, and a lot of Oriole fans are going to be loving the stadium. They get a little bit of taste of home as well. They serve crab cakes here and Maryland crab soup. Now, listen, we know that the real game starts at 1:05. This is the most important part. But the real magic is going to start at 1 o'clock when this guy throws out the first pitch. Are you going to do like throw a little heat, or are you going to stick with old underhand?
Well, I'm watching John Scalzi's forecast and trying to decide about the wind.
Okay.
And if there's not much wind, I might go for a knuckleball.
Okay.
I just hope to reach the plate.
All right, I'm hoping for that too. All right.
I'm more nervous about that than anything else today. All right, great day out here at the ballpark with Stephanie Webb. I'm Ray Collins. Scott, back to you in that quiet studio.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy the game out there. Good luck with that first pitch as well. Back over to the kitchen now. Judy is with her friend Chef Jeff from Seasons 52. Guys?
Okay, Jeff. When we last left you, the vegetables and the salmon were now in the oven. Is it time to take them out?
It is absolutely time. They're all ready. That's the great thing about this dish for cooking it at home. It doesn't take a lot of skill. Pop it in the oven, pull it out, and impress your guests with the ultimate flavor of the dish.
And, you know, that's the key. So many of my friends over the years said, you know, Judy, we love your cooking, but you're always in the kitchen. Do more things that we can stay together and enjoy each other's company. And this would be one of those perfect dishes.
And that is.
So besides the salmon, is this the sauce that you basically rubbed on the salmon?
This is a different sauce. This is a dill mustard sauce. So it's basically like a mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, fresh dill, salt, pepper, a little Worcestershire sauce. We combine all that. It kind of serves like a remoulade almost for the salmon itself, so you have a little something to dip the salmon in.
And the veggies if you want. Now let's talk about the other beautiful dishes that you brought today.
Well, first, at Hometown Fest, Big Top is going to be there, so we brought a couple of their beers to feature, kind of paired up with the menu. With the cedar plank and the shrimp and grits and the scampi, we're going to pair it with our trapeze monk. It's a white Belgian, has a lot of orange notes to it, so it goes really well with those three dishes here. We also brought, this is our new spring menu, kind of a sneak peek on two of these. We have our new shrimp scampi, a nice white wine butter sauce, little noodles made out of carrots, zucchini,
my favorite
yellow
way
squash.
To eat. Love it.
This is our shrimp and grits. It's my personal favorite on the menu. I love it. Cheddar cheese grits, chorizo sauce, chorizo sausage, bacon.
And a cold beer.
And
boom,
an ice cold beer.
Yeah, yeah.
Last but not least, we have a little spring lamb that we're going to be featuring starting on Tuesday. It's a spring lamb loin with a balsamic red wine sauce, spring blended vegetables. Coming to you in just a couple days.
And you can't beat it. So remember, if you want to see Chef Jeff this weekend, and me actually, come out to My Home Fest. You can look on myhomefest.org. You'll be able to see plenty of pictures from previous years. There's going to be 40 restaurants. Twinkle's going to be out there, lots of music, and it's all for such a good cause. But go nowhere. We're coming back for a final taste and to tell you where you can get this recipe.
Motor Trend said the new Alfa Romeo Giulia is hands down the best sports sedan you can buy today. And named it the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
So Matt told me to meet him at 7 a.m. sharp right here. It is now 7:01 a.m. You think Matt would leave without me? Hey, is Matt here?
Long gone.
Long gone.
Just missed him.
Just missed him.
All done.
Mr. Sparky guarantees they're on time and the repair is free, so chop chop.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Matt, you started without me.
I finished without you too.
I'm Deshauna Barber. In 2016, I was proud to win the title of Miss USA. What makes me just as proud is my service in the U.S. military. In the service, a soldier gains skills and learns values like discipline and leadership. That makes them an asset to any business that hires them. If you're an employer, on behalf of Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, remember to hire smart and bet on a vet. Visit saluteheroes.org or call this number to learn more.
Loaded with big laughs, colorful characters, and the songs that made the 20s roar, Bullets Over Broadway is bringing musical theater back with a bang. Your attendance is requested at the Players Center for this wild Broadway musical opening February 21st. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit the website at theplayers.org. This is one Broadway show that is sure to knock 'em dead.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
When evaluating the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, Car and Driver magazine said every crossover should be this good to drive. We agree. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So today's calendar, photo credit, by the way, is Michael Braun, who's the artist of the background there. He will be one of the 200 featured artists at the Downtown Venice Arts Classic, both on Saturday and Sunday. There are 17th annual one. Many different types of media will be displayed. Photographs, paintings, ceramics, jewelry, all kinds of things. 10 a.m.'s kickoff both days, mid-60s, dry, sunny, light north wind those at that time. And then 5 o'clock is when they shut things down for the day. Low 70s, sunny and dry. High UV index, always a popular event. Go on out and the weather should be just perfect. Local temperatures are 80-degree mark. I told you most places would be touching the 80-degree mark, and here we are. Lots of 80s popping up on the boards here, and I think we're on the way to about 83. Yesterday we hit 85, but there's a slight difference between today's weather and yesterday's weather. Yesterday's weather, we had a wind that was generally out of the east. Today, I think we're starting to see more of a southwest wind. We're developing a bit of a sea breeze. I think that'll kind of moderate temperatures just a little bit as we head into the afternoon. So we'll go with about 83 as a daytime high. West-southwest wind right now at about 65-degree dew point. That dew point will be rising over the course of the next 24 hours, in part because of that southwest sea breeze that we developed today, and in part because our winds will turn to due south tonight as high pressure kind of reorients itself in its position. 3 p.m. temperature 83 degrees, 73 degrees by 7 p.m. Should be a beautiful sunset. A lot of fair weather clouds out there, not much rain chance, and temperatures in the 60s during the overnight. Water vapor imagery shows that dry air aloft just streaming down from the north. That's where the upper level winds are coming from, the northwest. A lot of rain showers back to the north in areas north of Atlanta. Locally, we're not seeing a whole lot of bloom there on radar. It's false echo, not to worry about that, caused by temperature structure. Otherwise, we are looking at these showers caused by double-barrel low-pressure areas and frontal boundaries, which are working their way to the east. As they do that, high pressure has to kind of reorient itself. Think of a line of football players. If one player moves, then all the others have to scramble around to adjust for that new position. That's sort of what's happening with that high. Repositioning itself to the south causes a southerly wind, and that's going to increase our humidity bit, set the stage for potentially a shower as this front comes through. But until then, we'll have 2 more warm days. That shower possible Thursday night into Friday morning, and then a cooler weekend shaping up for us. Boaters, nice day today. Southwest wind at about 5 knots or so, turning more to the south as we head into the evening. 83 today, 82 tomorrow. Then on Friday, we cloud up a little bit. We have that pre-dawn shower chance of about 20%. Clear out on Friday, and our daytime high then will be 78. The weekend, oh my gosh, couldn't ask for more beautiful weather. Saturday, sunshine, low humidity, temperature 75. And then on Sunday, just about the same, except maybe even a degree or 2 lower in temperature. Plenty of sunshine. Don't forget Oscar night. And then as we head into Monday and Tuesday, that lovely 70s weather continues. Scott?
Can't wait. All right, John, thank you. In consumer news, Papa John's is no longer the official pizza of the NFL. Papa John's ending its league sponsorship. Last year, the pizza chain blamed its drop in sales and how the Football League handled players protesting during the national anthem. Now, Papa John's is officially ending its sponsorship or relationship with the NFL, but the NFL just announcing today, acting fast, that Pizza Hut is now the official pizza of the NFL. North American sales of Papa John's, by the way, have slipped nearly 4% from a year ago. Miami International Airport is one of the first to break out new technology to make traveling into the country a little smoother. It's the first in the country to try out facial recognition kiosks, and they celebrated with the ribbon cutting yesterday. This technology verifies the traveler's identity by matching them to a document they're carrying, and it can quickly screen as many as 10 passengers in a minute. The other bonus, it gives the TSA more time to focus on the person in front of them to try to determine their true purpose and intent of travel. A supermarket in the Netherlands is taking a big step to reducing the world's dangerous plastic waste by launching the first plastic-free supermarket aisle. Ecoplaza Supermarket says the aisle contains products that feature organic packaging, and it's all 100% plastic-free. The campaign group, A Plastic Planet, says the aisle is a game changer, and they now hope to see the idea spread across the globe.
Right now, you will go into your supermarket. You have no choice but to take home that shed load of plastic that you don't want. So all we wanted was to say, in a day where you can buy gluten-free, fat-free, dairy-free, all of these things free, just give us one aisle.
Here in the Suncoast, an exhibit of Mote Marine Lab is creating awareness about the plastic pollution problems in our oceans. Visitors can see huge sculptures of sharks, turtles, and other marine animals made entirely of plastic and debris. The trash was collected from Pacific beaches and was transformed into art by a project called Washed Ashore. You can check out that exhibit at Mote from now until June 15th. Plenty of time to see it. Still to come in your Suncoast news, what shocking detail Barbra Streisand just revealed about her dogs that's got social media buzzing today.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that. And with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind Your Meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need, because their story is important and they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now. Welcome back. I'm here with Jeff from Seasons 52. Tell us, you mentioned brunch. Tell us about brunch happening over there.
So yeah, we'd love if everybody to come by and see us this weekend at My Hometown Fest first, and then when you have time to get over, we do brunch every Sunday from 10 to 1. And then we have happy hour every day from 3 to 7, Monday through Friday, with a lot of great
Remember, get to mysuncoast.com, go on the dining page. You'll get this recipe and more information on My Hometown Fest. Jeff, I'll see you at the event. Thanks so much for coming in. Back to you guys.
Thank you both. We get entertainment news today. There's a new talk show host in town. ABC is teaming up with Alec Baldwin for a new show. The prolific actor will interview comedian Jerry Seinfeld and Kate McKinnon on his first show, which is set to air right after Sunday's Academy Awards telecast. Sundays with Alec Baldwin will be modeled after the in-depth interview style Baldwin uses on his popular WNYC podcast called Here's the Thing. ABC is calling Sunday's episode a sneak peek and has not announced when the additional 8 episodes it has ordered will air. It has been 2 years since the hashtag #OscarsSoWhite brought attention to the awards show's lack of diversity. And as ABC's Marcy Gonzalez shows us, the Academy has since made some major changes, and they're reflected in this year's nominees.
I'm here at the Academy Awards, otherwise known as the White People's Choice Awards.
The glaring lack of racial diversity among the 2015 and 2016 Academy Award nominees sparking awareness and some change carrying into this year's nominations.
For achievement in directing.
In that category, Mexican director Guillermo del Toro is considered a favorite to win. And Jordan Peele is nominated for directing and writing Get Out.
So this kind of recognition goes bigger than me, it goes bigger than us. And I had that when I was a kid. Whoopi Goldberg won for Best Supporting Actress.
Nominated for Best Supporting Actress this year, Octavia Spencer and Mary J. Blige, who's also up for Original Song. Happy one for us. Denzel Washington and Daniel Kaluuya nominated for Best Actor. Among the nominees for Original Screenplay, Kumail Nanjiani, and for Best Adapted Screenplay, Dee Reese, now the first black woman ever to get an Oscar nod for writing.
Cause for reflection in as much as it's cause for celebration. Like, why did it take 90 years to get here?
Researchers at USC Annenberg studying diversity in the film industry asking the same, saying while there has been some progress, Hollywood still has a long way to go.
In 2016, out of 100 films, 25 didn't have a single African American or black character on screen. Not one that spoke. Over 40 didn't feature Asian American characters, and over 50 didn't feature Latino characters. We need to tell stories that represent all of humanity.
Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Finally this hour, would you clone your best friend? That's what Barbra Streisand has done twice. The legendary singer has 3 dogs, and 2 of the canines, Miss Violet and Miss Scarlet, came from cloned cells from Streisand's 14-year-old dog named Samantha, who died last year. The 3rd dog, Miss Fanny, is a distant cousin. Streisand says the clone dogs are far from a carbon copy of the original pet, claiming they have different personalities and different colored eyes. I would imagine it is a pretty expensive thing to do.
Word is $50,000 to $100,000 a dog.
Is that right?
Per dog.
I think she can afford it. That's one seat at a concert.
I just think of our shelters.
Could save a lot of dollars. Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
Yeah. Adopt.
Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful day out there. Enjoy this great weather. We'll see you again at 5.
I just had a very educational ride with Nina.
Did you learn anything?
Where do I begin? So all this stuff goes into a safety check.
Yep.
It's a long list.
It's important stuff.
Test the smoke detector.
Yep.
Check the breaker box.
Yep.
Meter the GFCIs.
Ground fault circuit interrupters.
Why do that?
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Nina, you make it look easy.
Thanks, but don't do it yourself.
Who's your guy?
If you've never truly loved your car, you've clearly never owned a Subaru. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's 2017 most trusted brand, best overall brand, and lowest 5-year cost to own. And Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running. Now lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester for just $219 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down during the Subaru True Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.